In this video, we'll be looking at how to install WordPress locally on your PC, and we'll be using the XAMPP web server. So XAMPP is a very popular PHP development environment, and remember that WordPress is a PHP based content management system. So we're going to install this Apache web server on our local machine, and we simply have to click download. And if you have Windows, you'll download it for Windows, and I've already downloaded it, so I'm just going to cancel this download, and you can go ahead and install XAMPP on your machine, and it's pretty easy to install. So once you've installed XAMPP, you'll get this control panel that will pop up once you open it up. And we're going to start the Apache and the MySQL servers. All right, so we just want to click on start for those two, and we can minimize this control panel. And now we're going to download WordPress. So we'll go to the wordpress.org website and click on Get WordPress. And we're going to download and install it locally on our machine. So let's click on Download WordPress. And at the time of this recording, it is WordPress 5.9.2. So once WordPress has downloaded, we're going to navigate to our htdocs folder, and you can find this in your C drive, and inside your XAMPP directory, you will find the htdocs directory. And this is where we will install WordPress so that we can access it locally on our machine. All right, so you'll see how this works here in a minute. So inside our C XAMPP htdocs directory, I am going to create a new folder, and I'm going to name it docsafit. And this is going to be the installation folder for my WordPress. So I'm simply going to cut or copy the WordPress installation to this new folder, and I'm going to paste it in. And then I'm going to right click on this folder and click extract here, and I'm using WinZip. You can use WinZip or WinRAR, and I'm using WinRAR to do this. All right, so now I am going to simply copy the contents inside this WordPress folder that has been extracted and paste the files directly inside the docsafit folder. And once this is done, I can now delete the zip file and the initial WordPress file. All right, so these are the files that we will need in order to run our installation. So to access this location using our web browser, we will need to type localhost. And there are a couple different ways that we can access this location. We can either use localhost /, and once we hit enter, once you see this screen, you know that XAMPP is running properly on your machine. There's also another way to access it. We can use the 127.0.0.1, and this is simply the IP address of our local host. So either localhost or using this IP address, you can access your XAMPP web server. All right, so on this dashboard, we have several options. We can look at a few applications, and we can look at some how-to guides on how to, send a mail and do different things, FTP access, etc. We can also click on the PHP version, and as you can see, PHP version 8 is installed. And we can also access PHP MyAdmin. So in the need that we need to create or modify our database, we can do it from the PHP MyAdmin interface. All right, so remember, I created a directory called docsafit. Now I'm simply going to use the / localhost / to access this directory. And once I hit enter, it will begin the WordPress installation. Right, so you should see this screen if you have done everything properly up to this point. All right, so we're just going to go through this installation process. So we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a database, a username, password, a database host. And this is because we have not yet configured our database that will store our WordPress installation. So since we're getting an error establishing our database connection, this means that we'll have to go ahead and open up phpMyAdmin and create a new database. So we just click on new and we can give our database a name, and I'll call it WordPress _ docsafit. We can leave the default UTF-8 encoding. And now that we have created this database, we can go back and we have to adjust a few other things. By default, the password, there's no password. So we can remove the password from there and the username is root. And now we get this screen so we can continue our installation process. So now we can set a title for our website and a username and password. We can either choose to keep the strong suggested password or we can create something a bit more simple that we can remember. And of course, we'll need an email address that will be our main admin email. And now we can click on Install WordPress. Right, so once we get this success screen, that means our installation has been successful, and now we can go and log into our WordPress dashboard with our admin username, our email, and the password that we created. And once we click log in, we can choose for the browser to remember us. And now we are logged into our WordPress dashboard. And this is definitely familiar to the WordPress installation on 000 web host. However, we have a bit more freedom since we are developing locally on our machine. We don't have any restrictions as far as space or anything like that. All right, so if we view the front of our website, it is currently looking like this. Under the Appearance tab, we can also click on Customize. And when we use this Customize option, it will take us to the front-facing section of our website, and we can customize it visually. So over here on this left-hand column, we can customize our site identity. We can choose a site icon or fave icon that will appear on the tab of the web page. We can set a color. So if we wanted to change this color, we can just tweak the color and select one that we like. All right. You can even paste any hex values to get a customized look and feel for your website. You can also add a background image if you like, and you'd simply have to select image and select it either from the media gallery or you can upload it from your machine. All right, so if we want a photo, we can go to this website called pexels.com, and this gives us free stock photos and royalty-free images and videos that we can use on our website. Right, so if I search for something in the fitness niche or category, it will filter out photos of people working out. And let me see if I can find one that I would like as my background. All right, so I like this photo of this. So I like this jogging photo. All All right, so let me upload this file that I just downloaded. And if we wanted to have a background image, we could select it like so. All right, so we have different options that we can use on our photo, either fit to screen or repeat or customized. All right, so I'm going to leave that for now, and let's explore some other options here. So if we go to menus, then we can customize our menu from this section. We can modify the URL links for each of the menu options that we have, and we have home, about, blog, and contact links on our web page. Right, so this is where we can either reorder them or modify or delete if necessary. In this footer section, this allows us to modify the widgets that are in the footer of our website. So if we scroll all the way down, we'll see the widgets in our footer. We have a search bar, recent posts, categories, recent comments, and archives. So if we wanted to modify any one of these or remove any one of these, this is the section in which we could do so. On the homepage settings, we can set our homepage to display either our blog posts, which would be, this latest posts option, or we can display a static page, which would be our homepage. On the excerpt settings, this is where you can select some settings for your blog. And in this CSS area, we can use custom CSS code to style our website in any way that we would like. All right, so I'm going to close this customize setting, and I'm not going to make any save the changes that I have made. All right, so in this widgets section, this is similar to the widgets section that we just looked at on the front of the website, only this time we are using the editor in the dashboard of the site. And similarly with the menu, this is where we can edit our menu in our dashboard. In the settings area, the general settings of our site can be modified in this section, and I'm going to add a tagline for my website. And this is where we can determine if anyone can register on our website. All right, so currently this is not a registration website, so I will not check that box. I will, however, change the time zone to the Bogota time zone and save my changes. All right, so this section just simply shows a few default options for mail. In the reading settings, we can set what our homepage displays. So this is where we would do that or perform that action in the dashboard. And if we select a static page, then we can select any of the pages that are currently available on our website. And currently we only have a sample page that has been created. So I'm just going to leave this as latest posts. Right, so in this discussion area, this is where we can moderate our comments that people may leave under our blog posts, etc. In the media settings, we can set the thumbnail size, medium, and large sizes for any images that are uploaded. In the permalinks setting, we usually recommend that you select post name so that we can get a nice user-friendly and SEO-friendly URL. So we're just going to select post name and save that. And on this privacy setting, we can select the privacy policy page that comes with our website. And if we need to modify this, we can always modify it. All right, so over here in the top right-hand corner, we can log in, edit our profile, or log out. And in this area here, we can create a new post, add new media, create a new page, or add a new user. So that is the WordPress dashboard.